Welcome to this month's bot breakdown. I'm going to walk through the three bots that generated a combined total of $26,257. And what I love is this is all in live accounts, verified profits. These are not paper bots, paper accounts, real money that we were able to generate for people using these bots. Now, hopefully, you can take away some of the key lessons to help you actually implement this in your own Options Auto Trader account. So, with that said, if you stay until the end, I will actually give you all these top three bots for free. So you'll get a free download of each one. So make sure you stay until the end. As always, when we talk about financial stuff, we need a disclaimer, right? I'm going to show you some trades. I'm going to show you some bots. I'm going to show you some back tests. I'm going to show you some really cool examples, but it does not mean that you will be able to get the same return. Most traders lose money. Why? Because it's super risky. This training is for educational purposes only, and you are responsible for what happens to your account. Keep that in mind. If you're not okay with that, if you're looking for a get rich quick 100% win rate thing, this is not the training for you. So you might want to jump off now. Anyways, who am I? For those of you who don't know, since this was open to the entire public, not just Options Auto Trader users, my name is Austin Booley. I've been trading since 2017. I personally helped over 20,000 traders over the last 5 years trade. And my bots make me over the last, or I should say, in the last 5 months of the year when I had this core bot portfolio running, made me about $22,000. And again, you can see here from my actual Tasty Trade account. I love showing my Tasty Trade account screenshots because for anybody who knows or has traded Tasty Trade, they do not have a paper account. So what you see here is real money. That's awesome. But what I want to say is it didn't always start that way. When I first started, I made every mistake in the book. I traded Forex, I traded crypto, I did day trading, I did swing trading. And I didn't have success. In fact, I blew up two different accounts that I filled up with about 2 grand each and then lost it all, which for me and basically high school was a lot of money. And I eventually found success with selling options because it allowed me to be the house in like the casino thing where I put on a lot of trades. Most of them are going to make me money. And it just allowed us to be super consistent. So I started making anywhere from 2 grand to 3 grand a month by simply selling options. Then something happened where an overnight market crash and volatility spike combo allowed me to lose literally 15 grand on a single trade overnight. And boy, did that shake me up. Okay. I felt hopeless. I felt depressed. The whole reason I started trading was because I wanted to have consistency. I wanted to provide for my family. I wanted to just have, that feeling that I could do this. But seeing that loss overnight, literally a huge loss, I was like, is this actually possible? Can I make this work? And that's when I had my light bulb moment when I read this article that said, and I quote, in the US stock market, about 70% of the comprehensive trading volume is done through algo trading. What does this mean? This article was written back in about 2020. We're now almost 6 years past that, which is crazy to say. But that means that algo trading at the time in 2020 made up 70% of the volume, which means you're no longer trading against other humans. You're trading against robots that are designed to take advantage of your emotions and your trades. They see things and can execute faster than you ever could. Now in 2026, I guarantee this number is closer to 90-95% with the invention of all these bots and all these things happening. The thing is, if you are struggling to be consistent as an options trader and you're doing it all by hand, you're probably behind. You need to start using bots. And so that's when I went into my hole as a coder, as a finance guy, as a trader myself. I was like, let's build a tool that can actually do this. And that's when I built the Options Auto Trader. I put it to use in my own account and it started doing well. It increased my profits. I went from making about $2,000 a month on average all the way up to 5 grand a month, with my best month being 8 grand from the bot. You can see here a live account where I actually made 8 grand and I never even traded because of the bots. But not only did I make money, which is cool, but I also decreased my losses. I was able to get out faster, get out sooner, get out overnight. A lot of you guys know that market crashes actually start and happen overnight. And most people are sleeping. Most people can't get out until the morning. But when you have a bot that's watching your trades even overnight, that's magic. And so I was able to decrease my losses a lot. And most importantly, it gave me my time back. It allowed me to help my wife to retire as a school teacher. And it even gave us the ability to travel and do great things. And so, again, having that peace of mind back, knowing that my trades were protected, I was safe from a lot of the risk, that's what allowed me to do this. I gave access to some beta testers. They did well. Ryan made $3,500 in his first 30 days. Ron made $100 in his first 30 days. David made $1,000 in his first 30 days. D made $700 in his first 30 days. Sure, money is cool, but it was able to give them peace of mind. I know a lot of these people are still trading and they love the fact that they can go spend time with their grandkids. They can go travel and they don't have to worry about their trades. Now, this is working even today because that was 2 years ago when we onboarded the first beta testers. And today, people are printing money. You can see here the results from January. We had someone make 9 grand, 7 grand, almost 7 grand as well. And these are the bots that I'll be walking you through in today's training. So I hope by now you can understand who I am, my mission, which is to help people automate their trading, get their time back, and decrease their risk, and how it's working today and has been working for the last 2 years. I know it's going to continue to because we're basically taking proven option selling principles and we're putting it on autopilot. And of course, if you stay until the end, you will get all these 3 bots for free, a download that I'll just link you to. So you'll get it. Now, before we dive into the top 3 bots, I do want to discuss the ideal bot portfolio because I do know that you can always be overwhelmed with all the new information coming your way. And I want to make sure that, hey, at a bare minimum, this is what I need and I don't need to worry about anything else. Okay. I work with a few select coaching clients, and this is literally what we build. We build out this ideal portfolio and we don't change anything about it. Once this portfolio is set, you're good to go. No changes need to be made. So as I throw more bots at you, understand you just need an ideal portfolio and you don't need anything else. Okay. So what is this ideal portfolio? When we look at the market, this is the market over the last 2 years. Okay. What are we seeing? What we are seeing is that the market has different types of phases. Sometimes it's flat. If we look from this point to this point in the beginning, I hope you guys can see my mouse, this very early part before the market crash, it was pretty flat. Then we had a crash period. Then we had a very strong bullish period, right? There's different phases of the market. So if we think about it into two main categories, there are bullish markets and there are bearish markets, and there are option strategies designed to take advantage of each different type of market. So if we want to create the ideal portfolio, we can't just rely on one strategy to make money in every type of market. That's one of the biggest mistakes that traders make. They latch on to one strategy, they think it's awesome, and they're making money with it. And the next thing you know, the market shifts, they lose a ton of money, and they're like, what's wrong with this? And they give up the strategy. The point is, you can have that great strategy, just trade it in the ideal market for it. So, with that said, super simple, in bullish markets, which can be identified by a lot of different things. But on this chart example, I have a 50 period EMA, which just means it's going to look at the last 50 price points, so the last 50 days, and it's going to calculate the average number, and it shows me this line. If it's above it, it's bullish. If it's below it, it's bearish. That's how simple it is that you can use to identify different markets. So that, hey, when the market's bullish, we'll run a strategy like a put credit spread, like a short put, like a 111 on futures, like a leap call, something like that's designed to make money in bullish markets. And with the bots, we can make sure that strategy is only running in that particular market. And then again, we also have bearish markets, right? Where we're going to run things like a call credit spread, a put debit spread, a short call, a long put, things like that. So your ideal portfolio is literally only 2 bots. It's a bullish bot and a bearish bot, and make sure your bot only enters for that ideal market trend. Anyways, with that said, that is the ideal bot portfolio. I hope you have that locked in. So if you already have a bullish spot and a bearish spot, just let it play out. But with that said, let's go into the other bots. So before we go into the top 3 bots of this month, I did want to talk about a market breakdown so that we understand what the market did so that we know why these bots did well. If we look at the market over the last 30 days, January 2026, the first month of the year, very flat. Okay. If we see here, we're stuck in between two main levels. I'm looking at ES essentially. This is the S&P 500. This is the overall market chart that I'm looking at. The overall market being a combination of the top 500 stocks in the market was flat. Okay. You can see here, we stayed above 6,771 and below about 7,000. We just hovered in this zone. Now, as option sellers, what does it mean when we hover in between two levels? It means that data decay works in our favor. When the market goes up and the market goes down and it returns back to this normal level, we're just buying time. We're wasting time. Nothing's really happened in the market. And we look at it from here to here, right? From the beginning to the end, they're about the same price point. Because we went up and down, we basically just kill time. And as option sellers, we actually profit from time itself, time passing. So this worked out in our favor. And if we look at it, if it stayed flat, what type of strategy would have done well here? Strategies that profit in neutral markets, that play both off the bullish side and the bearish side. What is that? That's something like a strangle, where you sell a put, a bullish strategy, You sell a call, a bearish strategy, and you combine them. And now, as long as the market stays in between those two levels, you make money. Same thing with an iron condor, right? You're basically doing a put credit spread and a call credit spread. You combine them together. As long as the market stays between these two zones, you make money. So you can profit from both sides, the bullish side and the bearish side. So it should not be a surprise that the top option spot of January 2026 was a sideways bot, an ES selling strangle bot. Okay. This is a quick summary of the person's live account. So we can see here what it did over the last 30 days for this particular bot. This bot was a selling strangle bot. So it was on ES futures, basically being the S&P 500. They sold a strangle on it, which means they sold a put and sold a call, and it was 90 days out. This is a very standard, very typical strategy that I teach on my YouTube channel all the time. You can literally go check out. I have multiple videos. This is an amazing strategy. So go look at it. And what they did here is it was literally only 4 trades. Okay. 1 win and 0 losses, which tells me that there's still 3 trades open. So we have 4 trades, 1 trade closed over that 30-day period. And it was resulted in about a profit of $3,262 for that single trade, which again, pretty good. And then the other trades are open. So not literally only 4 trades. You guys see how powerful that is? When you have the right strategy aligned with the right market, you only need 4 trades a month to generate 11 grand, which I love this bot did. Okay. So let's break this down a bit. The strategy, short strangle. Why it worked. It was working because a short strangle profits on neutral markets, sideways markets, because it plays both the bull and call side. And because the market was sideways and stuck between a support and resistance level, it worked very well. What to know? This bot was done on ES, which requires about $8,000 of buying power per trade. So for my accounts that have $25,000 or more, you can easily run this bot. You're good to go. And if you have under that, you can replicate the same strategy, same trade using an iron condor on SPY or SPX for anywhere from 500 to 2,000 or whatever amount you want to do. So regardless of a large account or small account, you can deploy the strategy during neutral markets. So when you see the market flattening out, being stuck in between 2 levels, you can run a bot or run a strategy like a strangle or an iron condor. That's the takeaway. Okay. Next, this is the second top bot for January 2026, and it is the ES111 bullish strategy. If you have no idea what this is, don't worry. Let me walk you through it. Okay. It is a 111, which is where it is selling a put that makes money in bullish markets, and then it buys a put debit spread to hedge itself. So now it's a very bullish strategy with a built-in hedge. Very safe strategy. This is one of my favorite strategies by far. If you go to my YouTube channel, Austin Booley, you'll see that I have more videos on this strategy than any other one. I love going out 120 days out in the future, so you have plenty of time to be right on the strategy. Over the last 30 days, there are 8 trades, 5 wins, 1 loss. You can see here the average win, or the best win, I should say, was about $525 for the best win. The average, so again, both winners and losers, you can see here was about $200 profit, about a 3% return on their money, which again, think about that. That's insane, right? So over this month, they put up X amount of money and they made a 3% return on that. So really great. So the strategy here is a 111 strategy. 111 strategies were created. I did not come up with it. I was not the originator of this strategy, but I do absolutely love it. The 111 was created for futures options. So this is ideally only run on futures options. So be aware of that. Okay. Why did it work? It profits really well from theta to decay. And so if we look at anything over this market, it was very neutral, very flat, which means all that we have for us is that time pass. And time passing really works for put selling in general, which is what this strategy is. So same concept, what to know. This was done on ES, which means that this trade takes about $8,000 of buying power per trade. So if you have over 25 grand, you're good to go with this. But if you don't, you can easily replicate this by using a put credit spread. Now, it's obviously not the same payoff graph. You're not going to get the same type of return and performance. But if you're trying to do a bullish strategy, 120 days out, definitely recommend running a put credit spread on either SPY or SPX. And this will allow you to get in a trade with as little as $500 or more, depending on how you structure that trade. Cool. Top options bot number 3 of January 2026 was the Ready Steady Retire bot. That is ES111 bot. This is literally the same strategy as the previous one. Again, the trade is still open, so there's really nothing to show here because there's no actual closed results yet. But this was the same strategy from the last one, a 111. So strategy was 111. It profits from theta decay, which was prevalent this month. What to know is, again, you can replicate this using a put credit spread, or if you have over 25 grand, then you're good to go with this strategy. Cool. So those were the top 3 bots monetarily based on money return live accounts in January 2026. But I did want to show some honorable mentions for the top based on percentage returns so that my people with small accounts can also get their name in there. Mark placed top 1 on percentage with an SPX 1DT Iron Condor. So again, this is a shorter term strategy, 1DT Iron Condor. He made about a 10% return on the capital the bot was using. So really good, obviously, for a single month. Vera used the 112 strategy, so like the 111, but a little upgraded version, made about an 8% return on his money. Inga made, or I should say, she made a ready set to retire. So it's the 111, made about a 6% return on her money. And you can see here, 111 took the cake, the ready set to retire, a 111, all these absolutely crushed it. This is a 111 as well. As you can see here, the 111 in January essentially crushed from both a monetary money return as well as a percentage return. So that is a reason why I'm a big advocate of that bot. I personally run it in my 200 grand account. I will run it in my wife's smaller account once her account size gets up there, because again, you do need a minimum of 25 grand really to run that strategy safely. But across the board, again, bullish option selling strategies are the way to go in bullish markets, which is what we are in, even though today is a very big red day. All right. So who do these options bots work for before I give you access to them? Number 1, they work for option traders with a strategy, right? I highly recommend, if you don't use bots yet, go use them. Okay. Super useful, super helpful. It can take your strategy and it can fully automate it. No matter what the strategy is, the options auto trader is designed to give you the tools to automate whatever your strategy is right now. It works for traders without a strategy, because I'm literally going to give you the bots that work. And whether you want to do undefined risk or defined risk, you can make that work so that you can determine what your own risk level is. If you want to do stock options, ETF options, futures options, index options, all the variety of options you can trade, we support them, unlike other options bot providers who only do a single one. It also works for someone who is new to options, but just wants passive income. Maybe like, Austin, I know about options, I know the gist, but I don't know all the specifics, and I don't really care to know. I just want to let the bot run. I want my risk managed. I want to know what that is. So that's exactly what these bots give you access to. And it's works for people who want to trade options, know all about it, but hate the risk and they want to lower it. That's what this is for. So could you imagine waking up, having your bots run, and next thing you know, you're actually placing top 3 on the leaderboard? That is the goal, to get everyone eventually there on the top 3 or top 10, at least once in your life, because literally this just shows the power of bots. And I really hope that you can be there soon. So you can see here, we're only 5 days into this month and we have people up here on the leaderboard getting close to about $1,000 already on their returns, which is insane because it's a red day. I literally screenshotted this earlier today. It's a red day and these people are up money, which is great. Again, I can't promise returns. I can't say things like that. Never will. But you can see here that there are various spots for various markets. Sweet. The real question, do you want access to these bots? Let me know in the chat. Say yes or no, and I'll give you access to them again, because I can end it now. I don't need to give you access to it. Doesn't really affect my life. But if you guys want it, please let me know. Again, I'm just messing with you guys. Mark says yes. Someone just says yes. Of course, guys, I got you. Okay, so let's go through this. So, special limited time offer of January's top 3 bots of 2026. We have bot that generated 11 grand, another bot that generated 8 grand, another bot that generated 7 grand, all for you guys. Now, again, each one of these bots could easily charge 5 grand. I know companies that charge 5 to 10 grand for a single bot. So I could easily charge you 5 grand for this bot, 5 grand for the middle bot, 5 grand for the other bot, and a total of 15 grand. Okay. And if all these bots did was make you consistent $1,000 every month, would it be worth 15 grand, maybe even 5 grand? Absolutely. If all these bots did was help you have true time freedom, since you're no longer being stuck to the screen, would it be worth 5 grand to pay me to get those bots? Absolutely. If it gave you the ability to sleep at night because you're now protected from market crashes and volatility spikes because of these bots, would it be worth 5 grand? Absolutely. So I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna give you the most insane deal ever, because I'm trying to grow the software. I'm trying to get goodwill. I'm trying to get on your good graces so that you share it with a friend or family member. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm not gonna charge you 15 grand for these bots like I could. I'm not gonna charge you 10 grand like I know for certain others do. And I'm not even gonna charge you 2,000 a year like hundreds of others use this software. Okay, you can get it for the extremely low price of just free. That's right, free. I was just messing with you guys. You guys can get it. Go to oatdiscount.com/3bots. This will be the direct download for these bots. I was just messing with you. You're not paying a thing. Again, if you're an Options Auto Trader member, thank you so much for being a member. Here are all these bots. Please take them. Please use them. Understand these are all, well, except the first one. The first one is a sideways bot for neutral markets. The second two are very great bullish bots. So if you're trying to build out your ideal portfolio of a bullish bot and a bearish bot, this would make a great bullish bot for you. If you guys are an Options Auto Trader user and you want to import this into your bot library so you can use it either today or tomorrow or in the future, depending, go to oatdiscount.com/3bots, oatdiscount.com/3bots, and you can download these bots for free. All right. I hope I didn't stress you guys out too much with the fake price deal, but you guys can go to oatdiscount.com/3bots. I just put that link inside of Zoom. You can go there, download those bots. Let me show you what that looks like. That looks like when you go to that website, you'll see, hey, download these bots. So click the download bot button and it'll take you to a custom share page of that bot. All you got to do is click on clone Austin Booley's Auto Trader. And then it'll take you over to your strategy database and you'll see it imported into your template section. Okay. You can have it there for whenever you want to use it, whether that's now, you want to start running it in paper to see how it works, or you're just ready to get started, or you just want it for the future. Either way, you have it there. Go to oatdiscount.com/3bots, click on the download. You'll see the share link, click on clone, and you'll do it. Again, you have to be logged into the Options Auto Trader to clones. If you're having an issue, make sure you're logged in. Now, if you are on here and you're not an Options Auto Trader member yet, what are you doing? You're literally missing out on profits. You're losing more money than you should. All those things. You need your time back, okay? Check out the Options Auto Trader. Here's my insane offer for you, okay? Start a 14-day free trial, okay? Here's what it is. You're going to go to the same link. Go to oatdiscount.com/3bots. You're going to click on download the bot. And because you're not logged in and you don't have an account, you'll see a start your 14-day free trial button, okay? And when you do that, you'll be able to start a 14-day free trial to the Options Auto Trader. And as soon as you're done with that, it will automatically import this bot into your account for you. So if you don't have an account yet, go do that. Go to oatdiscount.com/3bots, link inside of the Zoom chat, and then start your 14-day free trial. I don't do free trials often, but now you get a chance to do it. So go take advantage of that. Start the year off, start running these bots. You can go test them with paper so that you never risk it on your own money. And then again, you can easily cancel inside of your options portal if you don't want to continue after the trial. No harm, no foul. But I don't see why you want it. Okay. With that said, any questions, please put them in the chat or put them in the Q&A channel. I'm going to do my best to get to all of them, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this training so far. Rob Burnett says, why isn't my bot on the leaderboard for this week? Because I have 1,920 booked profits for this week. 1DTE SPX, credit spread EOLS. Wow. First off, congrats to Robert. Absolutely crushed it so far this week. $2,000 almost in profits. Love it. I will look into it, Robert. There's a couple criterias that have to be met for a bot to make it on the leaderboard. I assume because you're there in other places that you didn't disable that. I'm pretty sure you still can share, because users can say, hey, I don't want to be featured on the leaderboard, but I don't think that's the case here. I'll look into it and I'll shoot you an email as soon as I get off. But yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Robert. $2,000 this week so far. That's amazing, especially with being red. That's awesome. Let's see. I'm making note of that right here, Robert. On leaderboard. Okay, sweet. 1DTE, SPX. All right, cool. Got it. I'll look into that and then shoot you an email right after. Johan says, sorry, can't download the bots. My OAT is open. Okay, cool. Yeah, just click on download bot and then click on download. If you've already downloaded this bot template before, you're not going to see a new one get imported. It'll just be there. So that is number one of why you may not be seeing it, is because you click download and you've already downloaded this bot before. So it's just there already. It's just in the history. So you have to scroll down a bit to see it. That's reason number one. Number two is if you're downloading a futures bot, which I think all of these are futures bots, then you won't be able to download it, because if you don't have a tastytrade account connected, you can only download a futures bot if you have access to futures, which can only be done through tastytrade. Okay, cool. Darren says, can you touch on those of us with an IRA? Can we use defined risk, and that we cannot import one of these undefined risk in our live accounts, only IRAs? Great question. Yeah. So inside of the Options Auto Trader, I actually have dedicated bots for these. So the first bot of this month was the biweekly Rainmaker. If you go into the Options Auto Trader, into the strategy database where you can see all of our public bots, there is a public bot section where it says biweekly Rainmaker defined risk. There's also a 111 or a ready, steady, retire defined risk. So if you want to run this in an IRA account, where IRA accounts, for those who don't know, requires that you have defined risk trades, not undefined risk. So requires defined risk. There are defined risk versions of these bots already available inside of the strategy database, which you guys get for free being an Options Auto Trader member. Inside of there, Darren, you can use the biweekly Rainmaker defined risk or the ready, steady, retire defined risk, so that you can use these same bots, but with defined risk. James says, thanks, Austin. I'll give the free trial a go. Sounds great, James. Let me know how it goes. Run into any questions, shoot me an email. I'd truly love to help. I'm here to help you guys out, help you guys have success, because selfishly, if you guys have success, then you'll stay with the software longer. And then, well, I get paid for my services. That's how it works. Anyways, Rocky Pate says, I am on iPhone. I clicked link, open, but not able to click further. Yeah, if you don't have a Options Auto Trader, like if you're not logged in, then you won't be able to download it. So you should be able to do that. Either way, I will be shooting everybody an email with the link to this as soon as we end here in about 30 minutes or so. That email should get sent out, so you can check it out from your computer if you're watching from another device or something. Darren Hill says, thank you. Absolutely. Darren Johan says, thank you, Austin. Awesome. Let me know, thumbs up in the chat. Did you guys enjoy this monthly bot training? Should I be doing this every single month, or is it a waste of time? Just kidding. I'm pretty sure you guys enjoyed it, but I want to know any comments, any feedback. Is this something you guys enjoy? I want to see every month. I got Rocky Pate with 2 thumbs up. I got Matt McFarland with another thumbs up. I got Laz Diaz with keep it going. Thanks. All right, sweet. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for attending the first ever monthly bot training. I'll do this once a month, so look out for that next email. It'll be very beginning of March. Anyways, quick recap. Ideal bot portfolio is 1 bullish spot, 1 bearish spot. I introduced you to 2 very amazing bullish spots that made the top list today. I can't wait to announce the winners next month. It's just so fun to share you guys and just praise you guys. You guys are doing great. Again, you can download the bots by going to oatdiscount.com/3bots. The replay and the link to these bots will be sent to your email within the next 30 minutes. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please go paper trade these bots, see how they work, and do me an absolute huge favor. Share the Options Auto Trader with your friends and family. When you share it, you can actually give them a free trial. Go into your profile image. It says resources, and you can click on share, and you have a custom share link to share it with your friends and family. All right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Enjoy your weekend. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. But other than that, you guys are doing great. Keep it up. Run a bullish, run a bearish. You're good to go. All right, guys, go to oatdiscount.com/3bots, and I will see you later.